Hello everyone and welcome to a game called Hazy Minds. I forget what this game is about. I just went through for the horror category, I looked at all of them, was like, this looks cool and this looks cool, and so I started buying it. This did have a warning in front of it. Like a suicide violence warning. Future me, make sure to put that before all that so people will know. Anyways, let's get on with the game. My thoughts fragments, my mind was like shards of glass. I can feel each suicidal thought slicing me from within. First little sentence, it says suicide, so the topic deals with suicide. That's what it said. I'm tired of battling with my own mind, with each day growing increasingly burdensome. Antidepressants, sleeping pills, my daily allies, will yet again become today's escape from this world. That looks cool. Internally, I'm screaming in pain, but the fear of what death might bring holds me back. Is it worth the fight, even when everything inside is pleading for surrender? Death seems like a relief, but what if it's just a different kind of pain? Thoughts spin in my mind, but my heart keeps on beating. Offering no peace. Fear paralyzes me, leaving me in the darkness with only my thoughts for company. Bottle of pills in my hand, my heart pounding in my chest, a terrifying real reminder of the life I wish to end. The pills feel as icy as snow, their coldness seeps through my skin, swiftly sweeping away the last remnants of doubt. Closing my eyes, I swallow them one by one. My mind starts to fog from the pills I've taken. A strange moment of silence ensues. It's as if the world has slowed its rotation, giving me time to reconcile with my fate. The sensation of the pills in my throat feels like a sharp blow to the back, a confirmation of the irreversible decision I've just made. The world starts to slowly fade away, as if someone is gradually turning down the brightness on the TV. My consciousness becomes foggy. My consciousness becomes foggy. Thoughts mingle quickly, turning into meaningless chaos. I hear my own breathing, the cycle getting quieter and less frequent. The last thing I feel is the heaviness of my eyelids, which close involuntarily. I surrender to lifeless yet soothing oblivion. Sleep. It comes like a wave, sweeping me into an impenetrable depth. I surrender without resistance. Suddenly, a glimmer in the darkness, and I see a dream. The surrounding darkness starts morphing. Dreams within it stir, stories both frightening and familiar. There are scenes from my life, moments of both happiness and suffering. As each second passes, those images become more vivid, adopting shapes, colors, and sounds. Some of them are kind, reminding me of times when I laughed, when I was happy. But there are dreams that pierce me, reminding me of what led me here. I dive deeper and deeper into the dream. It's like a journey through my own soul. And suddenly, in this endless depth, I begin to see light. It's a warm, muted glow that beckons me from the darkness. I'm drawn to this light, like a moth enticed by fire. And when I touch this light, I can feel it start to fill me, rousing me from the dark sleep. My eyes open. I feel a solid surface on the bed, comforting my body. My head is still foggy, but it no longer pains me the way I did before. My consciousness slowly returns. Something is off. Everything around looks unfamiliar, even though I know it's my space. Memories spin in my head like flashing images, but I can't piece them together into a coherent whole. That feeling of emptiness, as if a part of me is missing. Names, faces, moments, everything is plunging into a disorganized mess, deemed unreachable for my mind, so she's kind of like an amnesia kind of thing. I'm finding it harder to breathe. My mind screams, seeking answers I don't have. Everything around starts to seem distant and insignificant. I'm lost in my own world. Realization sets in. I have forgotten everything. Who I am, where I'm from. My existence is erased. I'm too scared to move, to breathe, because even these sensations feel new and alien. With each breath, I attempt to remember, but it only results in greater panic. The world around me begins to crumble like an abandoned building, eroding as time passes. I sense that I am moving further away from myself. With each passing second, fear wraps around me, squeezing my heart, and I can't find an escape. Gravity feels double. My body fails to resist, falling back onto the bed. The moment my body touches the bed, there's an instant relief. It's an unexpected calm in the midst of chaos. I feel the warmth of a foreign hand slowly passing through my hair. Despite consciousness stirring again, the desire to leave the comfortable sanctuary of my bed has disappeared. However, in the end, I decide to find out who is so tenderly guarding my peace. It's kind of scary.
Hello, you've finally woken up. You must be feeling lost and confused right now, unsure of where you are and who I am.
How does she know?
Don't worry, I'm here to help you.
Girl, you sexy.
I need to tell you something that might be hard for you to hear, but it's important that you know.
Alright, lay it on me.
This isn't the first time this has happened. You've woken up with no memory before.
Okay, so are you like a god?
Every night, your memory is reset.
Oh.
You cannot remember yesterday or any day before that. After a failed suicide attempt, you went through a lot of stress, and that's why you can't remember things.
So I've been trying to commit suicide ever since, like every day. But yeah, who are you?
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My apologies.
It's all good.
My name is Marana.
I love Marana.
Your mom hired me to look after you, as every night you wake up oblivious to the world around you. My role is to be a beacon in the early hours, to help you navigate through the confusion. Of course, I am also here to assist you in regaining your memory. By the way, my duty is to provide you with a guide on what to do when I'm not around, and where to find essential items you might need.
Okay.
Here, this is the guide. As you can see, it's a bit worn out.
My bad. This is your cat. As you can see, it's a bit worn out since you've used it prior. Yeah, my bad. I did not know the right click would bring you to the menu. I am actually going to save it while I have it up.
In case of emergencies, the first aid kit is in your cabinet at the very bottom. You'll instantly recognize it. It looks like a typical first aid kit. Just to be on the safe side, I've sketched a picture of it here in the guide, so you can be sure you found the right box.
Gotcha. Very nice.
To get to the kitchen, you will need to leave your room, walk straight down the corridor, then take a left. That's where you'll find the kitchen.
Okay.
If something happens to either of us, dial 911. That's the number for emergency services. Your phone is on the table. The phone is switched on and fully charged. You've always had a knack for figuring out how to use it, so I'm sure you won't have any issues there.
This is kind of depressing.
What else was there? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
It has the address.
Oh, right. If you have to call an ambulance, you'll need to know your address. It's 4 Buttiff Street, Arc City. It might be a bit challenging to remember right now, so I understand. However, everything I have just told you is written down on this note. Please, keep it safe and always have it with you, okay?
Okay.
Great. You're doing very well. Now, to add a little joy to the moment, I've prepared something special for you.
Okay. Ooh.
I cooked your all-time favorite dish, toast with egg.
I actually love this too. I love it in the mornings. It's one of my favorites.
It's important to fuel your body. After eating, I can give you a tour around your room and help you discover more about your life that's been temporarily forgotten.
So does she do this every time? Like, I wake up, like, or does this always happen when I try to, like, a failed suicide attempt?
So don't rush yourself. Eat at your own pace. I'll be here. Well, since you're done with your meal, we have one more thing to do.
That's the tour.
You'll need to take these pills. They're antidepressants. They've been prescribed by a doctor to keep any panic attacks at bay. Without them, things could become difficult, and I don't want that for you. I don't want to appear as if I'm forcing you to take some strange pills, especially if you are uncomfortable. That is not my intention.
Am I gonna get
While it's a condition for me to be able to show you the room, the decision is completely yours. Just so you know, regardless of your choice, I will still guide you around the room. And I understand if you choose not to take them. Will you take these pills or not?
Okay, well, I'll take these pills. No, I won't take these pills. She's not really, like, forcing anything on me. I feel like if I take the pills, we're gonna have a happy ending. If I don't take it, I feel like we're gonna go down the same rabbit hole. And then, I don't know what that means, so...
I had faith you would make the right choice. You'll need to take 2 pills to ensure everything goes smoothly. I know it might sound a bit daunting, taking 2 instead of 1, but trust me on this. Nothing adverse will happen. Here, these are the pills. Just take them with water and let them do their job. I've noticed a shift in your gaze. Are you feeling all right?
No, I have this weird girl eating a bunch of them.
Please, you must tell me. If the antidepressants are affecting you adversely, it's better to stop taking them. Okay then.
Did
The
we
next
take
thing
the
we need
wrong?
to do is explore your room. However, I see that it will be difficult for you to get up, and you'll certainly need Give me your hand so I can help you rise.
Well, it's like the first full screen thing.
I understand that you are curious and have many questions. Let's do a question and answer session before we check out your room. Choose your questions carefully, because I won't answer them a second time.
Oh, I'm doing that. Okay, I thought you were doing the questions, I did the answers.
Of course, you can save and revisit these questions.
Yep, I'm doing that.
Trust your initial instinct. That's my advice. So, what do you want to know?
Where's my mom? Why did I decide to commit suicide?
Well, I can't tell you straight away, and I can't...
Sorry, I can't hear you over this music.
You have a loving mother, your own room. I believe you should have valued this more. You even had friends and popularity.
I did.
In some ways, you were fortunate in life.
So why am I depressed?
But you weren't lucky, in that you like to suffer, leading you to your illness. However, that's just my opinion. Sorry. You can only come to understand the reasons for your actions by going through your diary.
What? You can only come to understand the reasons for your actions by going... Okay.
Only then will you better understand yourself. Right now, we are in the question phase, and soon we'll move to the room inspection, and then you will find out everything about
This
yourself.
game is a little weird on the way it's taken.
Do you have any other questions?
I do not. I do. At the end, will I just fall asleep and everything will repeat?
You probably wanted to ask how it all used to end. At the end, you just fall asleep again. So we'll spend the whole day here, and by lunchtime, you'll sleep. When you wake up, you will again remember nothing, but progress is made each time. Your psychiatrist says that it will end soon as you come to terms with your past.
Oh.
Do you have any other questions?
How can I remember everything forever?
Do you mean how to overcome amnesia?
That's exactly what you...
To clarify, you have dissociative amnesia, but it's a bit more severe.
Is that an actual thing? Oh, I'm actually gonna Google this. Holy crap, is it an actual thing? Dissociative amnesia is a disorder Dissociative amnesia is a disorder characterized by retrospective reported memory gaps. Those gaps involve an inability to recall personal information, usually of a traumatic or stressful nature. A disorder characterized by the presence of two or more distinct symptoms may include self-harm, memory loss, or depersonalization. A psychiatric disorder characterized by thoughts of experience.
Dissociative amnesia involves forgetting personal
Oh, she's gonna
events
tell me about
and
it.
biographical formats while retaining general knowledge. This type of amnesia arises from psychological trauma. In your case, the suicide attempt was a severe trauma.
So you try to forget about it.
Moreover, when you sleep, you can't retain the information from the day. However, I'm not a doctor to tell you how to cure this. I'm only quoting your psychotherapist. The therapist also mentioned that perhaps by coming to terms with the information you recall, you might heal. But obviously, that has not happened yet. Do you have any other questions?
You're a real person?
You never cease to amaze me. Or you're just Sorry. I understand you have amnesia, so I won't get mad at you.
So like you were bad.
Yes, I'm real. Otherwise, how could I have made you a piece of toast with egg?
It could have just been sitting there. Gotcha now.
I don't know what else to say in response.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't know what to say either.
Your graceful attempts to ask questions have ended. Now, we need to look around the room. Well, I'll step back now, and you can hover the cursor and click on the items that interest you.
Okay. Well, so look at this.
This is a poster of a rock band you like.
Liked as a child.
You know, you used to buy these posters and stick them up, but later on you thought it was a bad decision.
Bad decision?
At least this poster still hangs here, reminding you of your childhood and how you were a huge fan of this band. I think removing the poster is not a good idea. It would take off the wallpaper as well, ruining the look of your apartment.
Well, I would do it.
You can continue looking around the room.
Can I? Okay.
This is your diary, the most important thing you have, and reading it might take some time. But since you've clicked on it, you definitely need to read it. I won't disturb you during this time. Read at your own pace. If you want to share your emotions after reading, I'll be glad to listen.
Oh my god. So much reading. A Samurana sit down on a chair next to my table and close her eyes. And close her eyes. I close her. I shut them forever. No. Apparently, with such a job, she gets very little sleep. Carefully picked up the diary and sat on the bed. It looked like a regular book. It didn't have all that many pages, but the book still seemed thick. Perhaps because I had read it so many times, the book has become slightly mishapen, adding to its thickness. I don't know what it awaits inside, and the atmosphere starts to get intense. Overcoming my anxiety, I finally opened the diary first page and began to read. Hello. I decided to start a diary because Maria told me to help understand oneself and improve relationship with others. Basically, she seemed to be promoting it to me, so I bought a notebook and will try to write down everything happening in my life. Honestly, I don't think it will last long since I'm not a very consistent person. Me and you both. I can't do the same thing every day, but we'll see. Maybe it will work out. I am the exact same way. I can't do the same thing every day. Like, I know, like, gaming wise, like, yeah, I'm sitting in front of a game or sitting in front of my computer every day, but I can't play the same game every day. I have to play something. I have to switch it up every now and then, or I'll get bored of it. Because I can play the heck out of it, and then I'll just burn out instantly. It's hard for me to write. I don't even know what to write about. What did I do today? Went to school, talked with friends, came home, did my homework, and now I'm just sitting at home. That's how I felt like in like high school when I went. Like every day felt the same. Like, yeah, we went to school, talked with people. I'm very introvert, so I didn't talk with a lot of people. I was mostly there just for school. I came home. Yeah, I did my homework, and then or did band. I was part of the band there, and then it was fun. I love band. And I just go home and just sit, play video games, then repeat. Either that or go to work. I kind of hated work back then, because like it was very physical demanding. I love my job now, don't get me wrong, I love my job now. But like I hated it because I had to wear jeans and this like heavy t-shirt and it was hot. And me, I sweat easily. Like you can tell anyone that knows me in person. My online friends probably won't know this because I don't really tell them. But man, I sweat easily. Like if it's just humid outside, I will go. As soon as I step outside, I can feel it already. Anyways, my mom's not home as usual, and I have nothing to do. Well, technically, I have a lot to do, like self-improve, prepare more for my lessons, play computer games. I do that, but I prefer to lie on the bed and stare at the ceiling. I've done that too. I don't know if everyone is as lazy as me or what is called procrastination, I think. I procrastinate a lot. Not sure about the spelling. When you can become anyone in this world, work hard, live your passion, but you choose to lie on the bed. I think in the future I will read my diary and might not understand. Maybe even blame myself for something. But I'm tired, yes. I have many friends at school. I get good grades. I even hang out with friends outside. I always smile and joke around them, trying to stay positive. Yet, when I come home, I feel sadness and loneliness. Nothing seems to help. Not video games, not studying, not even food. Maybe I'm just not in the mood. Honestly, thank you, diary. I feel like I've vented to someone, like crying on a shoulder. I feel a bit better. I don't know. I feel like I can't do a diary. Like venting onto a piece of paper doesn't really help. I need to vent to someone and they need to like give me advice. Like, hey, no, just ignore them. Come hang out with me, you know? But not getting an answer back is hard. It's like, yeah, exactly. Maybe I don't need a reply. Purpose might be to be there for anyone who wants to share something privately, but is afraid to. Okay, I can see that. In a way, I'll go now. This is the next month. Hello again, diary. It's been 2 days since school started. These days were normal. Ree and I sat together, joked during breaks, and had lunch together. Today I brought her the cookies I baked at home, and she shared a tasty salad with me. She loved the cookies. Rhea is generally a kind person. We have a lot in common, but she's not into video games. She prefers studying, and she's really dedicated. I don't have that drive, even though I get the same grades as her. I feel like school just prepares us to be perfect workers. It's like, do this, do that, don't question it. Or else you get lowest marks, or in a job setting, you might get fired. I actually never saw it like that, but I can definitely see it. I just figured it prepared us to do, like, be good at math. Like, if you think about it, schools are just the basics, right? You learn math, you learn history and all that. I don't use math a lot in the real world. I don't really like I like to look up history of like wars and stuff like that because I think they're pretty cool. But I don't look it up on my free time. Well, I kind of do, honestly. But like some of the stuff I don't really even look up. Like news-wise, I do look up current events. But I don't look up past events. Like me at 9/11, I looked that up, but I don't really look up anything else. Like maybe I'll look up events of and like anniversary events, you know, like 9/11. Like right now, the whole Israel thing is going on. Future me, way in the future. I wonder if you looking back at this, will I remember? Way in the future me, if you do remember this, put it in the comments below. I want to see what I think about it way in the future. Hello, diary. Recently, our class was asked to write an essay about friendship. I spent a long time thinking about what to write. I have many friends, but what does this essay really want from me? Should I worry about what the teacher thinks rather than what I truly feel? It's so absurd. At first, I wrote an essay expressing my real opinion that friends are just a way to avoid feeling lonely. I mean, yes and no. They're there to kind of help entertain one another. And then you have someone to like be loyal to, so they'll have your back. After rereading it, I realized the teacher wouldn't like it. I tried to write something that would give me a good grade, but the problem was, I sat with that paper for over an hour. I couldn't think of anything. I decided not to submit the essay, and I got the lowest mark. I chose not to tell my mom about it, and she doesn't seem to care about me anyway. Ooh. If I had submitted the essay with my honest feelings, it might have sent me to a psychiatrist or even suspended me from school. I feel like you're overreacting. That's life. Hello again. Sorry for not writing for so long. Nothing new happened. As usual, I hung out with Rhea, played video games, spent it, and of course went to school. But something happened recently that threw me off. As I mentioned, I have many friends, including guys, and mostly play video games with them. Ooh, did you get a boyfriend? And recently, one of the guys confessed his feelings for me. Diary? Can't imagine my surprise. I mean, I've seen some girls flirting with guys and vice versa, but I always set boundaries. No one ever flirted with me. I never cared about such things and never even thought about it. I don't flirt with girls, but I do have this one girl, you know, trying to get with. I don't know if she watches me, but if she does, I've always been shy. Me being an introvert, and like it's hard for me to talk to people. It's hard for me to confess my feelings. When I do, my heart sinks. It's not like I can go up to someone and say, "Hey, I like you. Would you like to go out?" You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's hard. That's why I like doing this, because like I probably need to look at a lot of slice of life to try to get slice of life animes and romance novels, trying to get stuff from them. Be what's it called? Is it otaku? I think otaku is a shut-in. I'm not really much of a shut-in, it's just there's nothing around me to do. But for the first time in my life, someone confessed to me. He just said it honestly and openly, feeling it wasn't fair to keep it a secret from me, and wanted an honest answer. I don't know how to respond to him because I don't feel that strong love described in movies or books. Still, I'm recently flustered by all this. I'm even more embarrassed to write to you about it, because I'm usually so down when I talk to you. But now I'm smiling as I write this. It feels so unusual. Hello again. Remember last time I wrote about you, the guy confessed to me? Well, we are seeing each other now. Not like we're officially together to act like a couple. We're just hanging out, getting to know each other. Throughout this time, I realized I liked him. I'm not recently worried about what will happen next, since he hasn't asked me about my feelings yet. But if he does, I'll be so embarrassed. All of this is overwhelming me. Lately, I've been happier. Even started turning down Ria's offers to hang out. She's quite puzzled because I haven't told her who I've been spending the time with. But I think she suspects I have a boyfriend. She's even started teasing me about it. To be honest, I'm a bit scared. Soon we'll be applying colleges, choosing our dream professions, or staying in school with 2 more years. Oh, getting a master's. I think I'm not very sure about what I wanted to do, so I'll stay in school for another 2 years. Thoughts of the future upset me. I don't want to think about it. I've got a strange feeling that something wrong's with me. I love to draw, especially creatures. For instance, I drew a chubby black cat during class. The imagination can run wild sometimes. But in class, believe it or not, I thought I saw that exact cat I drew walk into our room looking so real. I instantly knew it wasn't real and laughed it off, blaming it being tired from school. Deep down, I'm worried and scared. I know mental health issues can be inherited. They can? I have a grandfather who took his own life. My mom often spoke of him, remembering him as a great man, and cried for him. She said he lost his mind after my grandmother's death. I will never meet him, though. I wish I could have talked to him. It's a pity. I don't romanticize mental disorder like movies do. I think it's not normal. It should be treated, otherwise people can completely lose their mind. Anyway, that's the weird situation I experienced. Hello, diary. Life goes on as usual, but I want to vent. Maybe even cry a little. I think something terrible is happening to me. I'm too scared to tell my mom, even though I know I should. I don't want to become like some movie psychopath or schizophrenic. I hate the idea. Only fools romanticize that, as these are scary diseases. These are scary diseases, and people do horrible things when they suffer from them. I recently read a story about a woman who killed her own kids overnight because she was schizophrenic. From what I understand about this illness, you see creatures or places that aren't real, just in your mind. That's been my feeling lately. Started seeing weird creatures, especially when I'm bored. Like during classes, I see them often, and it's hard to get rid of them unless I distract myself. I know I should tell my mom, but I'm terrified of being diagnosed or accepting that I might never be able to live normally in society. Just talking to myself, to a diary, that would be like death to me, since I'm no longer be ordinary. I'm still thinking about it, but I'll write more if there's any updates. Dang, how long is this diary? I did it. I told my mom today. It was hard, and seeing her reaction was painful. A look in her eyes and her expression said it all. She might see me as a monster. Or maybe she doesn't believe me and think it's just a teenage prank. I don't know. It took a lot of time and effort to get it out and find the right moment. I don't know what to do next. This is the first page I've cried on. Sorry. It's just very hard for me. I want to tell the others, but people might avoid me. No one wants to be around someone like me, I'm sure of it. Is that what kind of schizophrenics are? Like they're very... what's the word? Like they're very focused on them, trying to make themselves look normal, but also kind of push everyone away. That could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. I might go mad and hurt them or myself. Who knows what other horrible things might happen. So, I'll keep quiet until the end. For now, my mom and I scheduled an appointment with a psychiatrist she knows. I don't know my diagnosis yet. I'm just fearing the worst. Life's been tough, especially when things are finally starting to get better. I've been in a relationship with a boy. My relationship with my friends are better than ever. And my school grades are good. Okay, Dari, I'll write when I have the strength. Goodbye. Schizophrenia? It's hereditary. Got it from my grandfather. I've been removed from school, but my mom arranged for me to be treated at home because the quality of mental institutions is terrible. I didn't say goodbye to Rhea. It was too hard. They'll probably tell her I transferred schools and moved away. I haven't told my boyfriend since my last diary entry. In fact, I've been ignoring him. I know I'm being terrible to them, but maybe it's better they never knew me. It hurts me to do this. I cry every night. Sometimes we need to be cruel so people can get disappointed, move on, forget about us. I'm hurting them and myself. Yeah, you are. But their pain will pass. They'll move on, find someone else. But their pain will pass. They'll move on, find something in someone else. And I want to believe they'll be okay. Things will never be okay for me again. Not because of my mood, but because of the illness. No one will know how to cure it, and no pills will help. The hallucinations will become more and more real, scarier and scarier. And there will be more of them. I don't want to think about it. It's too terrifying. Since I left school, I have to study at home and focus on self-education. Starting the new year, my life will change entirely. New Year's is coming soon, but unsurprisingly, I'm not in the mood. I think I might have made a right decision by distracting myself from everyone. To my boyfriend, for instance, our relationship would never have worked out. It's not because I'm bad, I can't act normally, I'm not crazy, but relationships have goals, like starting a family. I look ahead and I don't want my children to experience what I'm going through now. It's better for me, it's better for both Rhea and him to move on in life. I'm getting increasingly bored with days since I'm not attending school, so I entertain myself by imagining various creatures. Of course, I could play video games all day, but I'm tired of that. Because when you're free to do anything, it's hard to enjoy things that you once find pleasant after some time. The new year has already passed. Mom and I celebrated together. What about Dad? Dad didn't even call, let alone visit, honestly speaking. I'm not that mad at Dad, but my mom is very angry with him. Doesn't want to see him. He found a new family and left us. It's not that he found a family. He just found some young girl, a student. I understand that my mom is very disgusted by this and that he left us for his own pleasure, but I think she needs to move on in life. By that I mean find a new man who will love her and move on. The only problem is my presence. I completely ruined that possibility. Yet my mom loves me very much despite this and works hard for my sake. But what's the point of all this when I don't have a future? That's why I think it would be better if I didn't exist. I don't want to write this hello diary anymore because I see no point. Honestly, I see no point in writing it here either. I feel so bad that the only thing I can do is draw to distract myself, though the hallucinations are getting scarier, but I'm used to them. Sometimes I hear voices, but they're more like noise. My psychiatrist prescribed me antidepressants and anti-schizos. She noted that they might have side effects. On top of that, I can't sleep at night. So I've also been prescribed some sleeping pills, but one sleeping pill usually doesn't help, so I take two, and now it seems I consume these damn pills instead of food, which aren't helping. I mean, they cost a lot of money, and my mom stays late at work more often. She changed shifts, and I barely see her now. I feel terrible because I fear that these voices will become more and more just noise. I'll start listening to them. I don't want that. I don't want anything. Well, hello diary. Yes, I wrote earlier that I wouldn't write like this, but who cares? I drew some works and I pasted them into you now. I hope you like it. Wait, is this Morana? Looks a lot like her. Was I familiar with her before? Is she... Why didn't she tell me about it? Or even then? Was she with me because my mom couldn't be? But why didn't I write about this event in the diary? I looked in her direction. She was still asleep, right where she was. I asked her about it after I finished reading everything. Open the diary again and continue reading. I bet you she's just a vision, like a hallucination. Today I had a fight with my mom. She called me a mistake, said I do nothing and that I am a burden, and called me stupid. I understand she said it out of emotion, but she was telling the truth and only the truth. I have no friends, no job prospects with such a diagnosis, and all I do is take pills that cost an incredible amount of money that doesn't even help. I can't even talk to anyone. I can't tell strangers on the internet about my diagnosis. It would look like I want pity. I just want to confide on someone, cry on someone's shoulder. But what's the point? If I cry, will everything suddenly become good? No. Nothing can help me now, and I need to accept that. At least, Ria was right to suggest I keep a diary. Thank you, Ria. Without the diary, I would have killed myself a long time ago. Hello and goodbye at the same time, diary. I decided today to overdose on all the pills described to me. I see no point in living and trying. I don't want any of this. Fear gripped me, and I felt goosebumps. On this exact date, I decided to end my life. I fully understand my actions. Even now, it's hard to imagine what I've been through. These hallucinations probably pushed me to the decision, no matter how hard I try. There's no helping me. Not in any way. Okay, that should not be the main focus right now. What's important to me now is just to find out who she really is and how her drawing could have been in my diary. I closed the diary and approached Marana. Wake up. She ignores me and doesn't wake up. I felt goosebumps again. I couldn't breathe. I'm really scared to touch her. I don't know. I'm very afraid. I can't see her face because she's sleeping. I can't see her face while she's sleeping. It was covered by her hair. But I have no other choice. I gathered courage and touched her. She quickly grabbed my hand with her terrifying black hands. I still couldn't see her face. I tried hard to break free from her grasp, but these attempts were unsuccessful. Vision started in my eyes. I began to see weird monsters laughing at me. Their voices echoed loudly in my head, and I can't say anything. Marana starts squeezing my hand tighter.
This is just the beginning, my dear.
Congratulations, you have completed the demo. Follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. Credits voice acting. Holy shit. I have no idea if I should split that up, but okay. That's all I'm gonna do for today. Holy crap. That was a lot of reading. But by gosh, this girl's messed up. She's very schizoed, but I feel sorry for her. Wow. Anyway guys, that was Hazy Mind. I'm gonna go to bed now and try my best not to think of any schizos, you know? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. We have October merch, if this is still out, and feature me cover.